So we are reaching out the Super Bowls, I think, or the finals. Or we're in the division, so I think quarterfinals, or maybe, yeah, don't know. But yeah, make sure you guys hit the thumbs up and subscribe, and let's get into it. Hopefully, we can win the Super Bowl championship.
All right, gentlemen, we made way too many mistakes this week, okay? The coaching staff has gone in, we've simplified the game plan. Let's go out here and execute. Hey, we gotta execute to win.
Wait, that wide 20. 72. Wait, that 50. Wait, 20 head. Wait, that. Wait, 80. Hey, check it.
Touchdown.
Wait, that. Wait, 80. Sugar.
Ooh.
Wait, that. Wait, 20. 53. Linda.
Hey, man, that was great. I mean, you had a great day today. You finally getting it. You're starting to turn the corner, and that's what we like to see as a coaching staff. Show us some more.
Ooh, gold. And we got gold from that. Oh my god. New reports. Complete is PC out here for 1 week. Holy 35. Damn, someone. So yeah. So oh. Okay, see. Shit. But we're gonna.
Let's go. On the hop, fellas, on the hop. Who wants it? Let's see some hustle out there today. Got a big game this week. Come on.
Oh, but not.
Wait, that. Round 80. Rips. Wait, that. Green 8. 72.
Oh.
Wait, that. Green 8. Hey, Alabama.
Restart that.
Wait, that. Alabama. Green 8 below. Wait, that. Green 8 hit.
Touchdown. 53.
53. Wait, we hit.
Woo-hoo-hoo.
Wait, set. 29. Hey, bolt 66.
Done.
All right, gentlemen. You must have had your oats this morning because today was a great practice. The coaching staff, we can't ask for much more. If you guys
Oh,
consistently do that, we're going to win a lot of ball games.
Come on, let's go. We gotta win this, bro. We gotta win this. Jumping is like 90. Look at that, 90. Created division block, so that means are we in division? Oh, so that. Then championship. Okay, there we go. Here go moments. You got alternate, bro. 2010. Jones, jeez. Big time, I'm on. Big time.
Today, from Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, Florida, it's the NFC Divisional Round Playoffs on E!
Tough spot here for the defense. Let's see if they can step up. We drop in on a first down in the red zone. The first down throw for Winston. Harris has it over the middle. 3 yards the gain there, second down. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Whenever I see an in route dropped, as we just saw on that play, I'm always thinking that in the back of their mind, they're worried about what's coming at them because they're going towards traffic on that route as opposed to being away from it and maybe having a little bit more space.
3 points.
This offense in field goal range, and 3 points would tie it right here in this first quarter. Brady to throw for it on 4th down. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A great play there. 27 yards. And the Bucs have taken the lead. Wow, talk about a big fourth down conversion for the score. Defensively, how do you let that happen?
I think you start with the offense and you give them credit for going for it, having that type of, well, let's face it, audacity. But defense.
Cool, man. That was
Time to get back into the action. We've got a red zone alert. 1st and 10 at the 14. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. And he pumps it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. A great effort there with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Buccaneers here finding a way. So not much left here before we reach halftime as the offense is out there now hoping to put together a scoring drive before they head to the locker room. Brady now on 1st down. He's got a man complete.
We live for this.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Now hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. And yes, they want the points, so they will decline. This offense has been clicking pretty good here in the first half. They've got the lead. They're looking for more with the ball in the red zone. Throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line. 2nd and goal. Throwing now is Brady. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. The 4th touchdown pass of the game for Tom Brady. And the Bucs continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would have...
They got his man complete. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
This offense has been clicking pretty well here in the first half. They've got the sizable margin. Now can they add to it here with a final drive in the 2nd quarter? Oh, wide open, complete. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A big play there. 57 yards. And the Bucs are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
That score that they just gave...
So the situation, it's 3rd down in the 3rd quarter, and this defense just trying to get the ball back to their offense to get back in this contest. Flush to his right. Now he's going to throw it back deep over the middle. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. Here's Brady to throw. And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. A great play there. There to make the grab. And this Buccaneer offense is running.
All the touchdown, baby. Yeah, 100%. Oh, they're gone.
4th quarter, and it's kind of getting to be desperation time here for this defensive side. They need to get the ball back to their offense. They have a chance to do that on 3rd down. And this is caught inside the 5. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
That was a constant. Oh. Dude, Madden.
Nothing to lose now. This offense forced to go for it. Down a bunch here in the fourth quarter. The Buccaneers are moving on in these playoffs as we say thanks for watching and so long.
Come on, guys. Super Bowl, guys. Stream. Super Bowl.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Bucs are winners here as we say so long from Tampa.
This is what I do. And a miracle step in the night. Yeah. Yeah. I'm thinking back on. Comforts. Alright. Yeah. That is why. That is why it's stopped. Yeah.
All right, get moving, man. I don't want to see anyone walking around. Winners do not walk. Let's see some hustle out there today. We got a big game this week. Wait, set, 53, hit.
Oh.
Wait, set, wait, 20, wait, and hit. Wait, set, 29, gold 50.
Oh.
Wait, set, alert.
Oh.
Wait, set, flag, 20. Let's go on. No, 66. All right. Small steps in the right direction. That's what we've been talking about. And you know what? Today you took a lot of those small steps. I'm proud of you. Keep it up.
Go, baby, go. See what the conference is gonna be like. I'm not playing a full game. It's the Super Bowl, baby. Super Bowl, baby. Let's go. What you guys been waiting? People, it's time for the final. The finale Champions League. Look at that. Awesome game. With 55 touchdowns. Can you imagine? I've been taking so many touchdowns for the team. Oh yeah, Tom Brady's
Today, from Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, Florida, it's the NFC Championship game. We'll see Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers.
Playoff football has come to the west coast of Florida, and we are at Raymond James Stadium here in Tampa. Coming up, it's a battle to represent the NFC in this year's Super Bowl, and we've got a classic in store between the Green Bay Packers and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Hello, everyone. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The postseason continuing here on EA Sports. And, man, it is electric in here, and it should be conference championship time.
I don't know about you, but my butterflies in my stomach, they have iron wings in this one. And every guy I've ever talked to has all said the same thing. This game, the conference championship game, may have more intensity than even the Super Bowl because you know what the stakes are. You're trying so hard to get to the big game that this is the one that's the real challenge.
And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Time to see the offense for Green Bay go to work. Aaron Rodgers leading them. What a career it's been. Came into the league back in 2005 as the number 24 pick out of Cal.
And we can talk all we want about football being a team game and leaning on different parts and aspects in order to get it done. And that's entirely true during the regular season. Some weeks it's the defense, the special teams, running the football. But in the playoffs, all the pressure reverts to the quarterback, and he has to play well and play at a really high level in order for his team to win.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion. A good safe pass there right off the bat.
That's almost a rhythm play. That's what we like to call it. Get them into rhythm early, something safe, something they're confident about, something they feel good. And once that's completed, then you just keep moving from there because the confidence elevates.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. Sliding out of the pocket. Finding some room at midfield. And all the way down to the 41-yard line.
Partner, it's often that man coverage is easier for a quarterback to run against. You get your receivers going downfield. Those guys are staying with them, and oftentimes they have their back to the quarterback, which opens up a lot of space and room, and they don't even know that he's taken off with it. What a big-time pickup on that play.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down. You don't see that a ton, do you? With a cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at third down. It's Rodgers. And down he goes. A Buccaneer sack. Vita Vea with a big-time sack on third down. It's a loss of 7.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense. 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
Well, we look looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call. Mark off the 5 and keep it moving.
What?
Seriousness.
What?
Need to join a meeting.
For you? Headphones.
Is good. This one.
Yeah. This is on.
Then you have to put an email address. That is on my email address. And I don't know the account.
Just click on the link and you just join the meeting. You want the headphones?
I can enjoy. How do you delete that account?
Just put your pen.
Yeah.
No, because it needs a Gmail. Not Hotmail.
So I know.
So just log in with that Gmail. That's your Gmail. So you create.
What is the
Figure out.
password? I don't need a
No, because it's asking the person who's the host. What time is it now?
4:30.
No, that's why
It's in India.
So what's the time now?
4:30. It's okay if it's later.
So we wait.
And what time you got? 6:30, you said?
Yeah.
So you start the same at 6 o'clock. Go down to 4.
Desk. Even time.
We have my idea.
Yes. Right now your mic is on mute. So you can click on mute if you want.
Better than Michelle.
No good. He gave it a good run. That wasn't more than a foot or so wide to the left. And this will remain a scoreless game. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Better go. Hail Mary on this.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 44. Now Brady. Looking left side, and it's complete. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A great effort there. 56 yards. And the Buccaneers have struck first in this NFC title game. On this stage, conference championship game, every play is magnified, and that was a big play.
No doubt about it. One thing that has these guys a step away from a shot in the big game.
He's going to go down. Can't get rid of it. So a sack on a 2-point try. So trying to throw it in for 2 points, but the D got home, brought him down.
Yeah, got home, which means there had to be good coverage. Just had nowhere to go with the ball. Typically, you try and throw quick hitters, quick slants, you know, maybe even a quick fade. Nothing was open. He ends up getting sacked.
Taken at the 15, a short kick. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
19 yards.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They'll need to come from behind if they want to play in 2 weeks as they trail early in this NFC Championship game. They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. To throw, it's Rodgers. This one swung out here to Jones. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. Now a play fake. Rodgers. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Six 0 our score after one. So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And that is incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. They'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this one goes angling out of bounds, and it will be spotted inside the 30-yard line. Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their 2nd drive. Brady and the Bucs now with a 1st and 10 right at the 30. Throwing to start the drive. Brady, he's going to rifle one deep left side. And that's caught inside the 35. A big play that time for Tampa Bay.
But big plays have been a hallmark of this offense all season, so there was no reason to think that it wouldn't continue here in this title game. Obviously, the magnitude of the event, not getting to them early.
Going to throw deep for the end zone. And that is incomplete.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
Letting one go deep for the end zone. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A great play there. With his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. As the Buccaneers tack on to their lead.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, it'll be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And the Bucs are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line.
It's interesting that when it comes to 2-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. And this one's going to be covered up by the Packers hands team. A 2nd quarter onside kick there that failed. Is that something that maybe they had dialed up before this game started?
It feels like it, doesn't it? That they thought they had the right situation, you know, and the right approach in going after it. Also may signal that they feel like they have the superior team, that they can try these sorts of things and it won't come back and hurt them later.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had the incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
A check down here to Jones. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. They'll go with Jones. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. I love those plays. 4th and 1. That's who wants it more. This time the offense.
Yeah, there's a lot of hooting and hollering in there, right? A lot of contact and a lot of collisions as they try and find some space. Who's going to drop their hips, gain leverage, and move the other side backwards? We saw it there for the offense getting it done.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The first red zone opportunity now for the Packers. It's 1st and 10 from the 12. Here's Rodgers to throw. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. William Golston. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete.
You definitely would have liked to hit on that one because now you've got a 3rd and long showing up. And you just know defense is going to be getting after it. They are pinning their ears back, and they are coming.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. The throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. And he'll be tackled right on the 10, well short of the first down. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down. And Crosby puts it through. And that lead is back down to 9 now. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room.
Oh,
That throw by Brady incomplete.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to take
This is taken in. It's complete. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. A big play there just before halftime. So we've reached halftime here in the NFC Championship. As we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
All right, Brandon, thanks. As always, one half remains in the battle to see who will take home that George Halas Trophy and represent the NFC in the Super Bowl. We'll get back to you guys in just a moment. But first, time to look ahead to the AFC Championship coming up later today.
So this is a
and it should be a
round,
great
so
one
if
as
wins
well,
that,
as it'll be the
then we go to
Baltimore
Super
Ravens
Bowl.
doing
So we need to
battle
win this.
with the Kansas City Chiefs. So with that, let's get you right back out for the second half, as one of these teams will represent the NFC in the Super Bowl.
The Halas Trophy still hangs in the balance as the second half now underway in the NFC Championship game. This one fielded at the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the 3rd quarter. And I think here with the lead, CD, they have to resist that temptation of kind of looking ahead. Would you agree?
Absolutely, I would agree, because they know the stakes. They know the winner of this game goes to the Super Bowl. And this one, it's far from over. They were the better team in the first half, but they do know that they're facing their toughest opponent of the year. And they've got to be prepared for them to fight it out all the way and add a few extra wrinkles.
And that's caught inside the 30.
You know what? Why don't you just start over?
Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A big play there. Saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Bucs come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the 3rd quarter. And now Coach Bruce Arians has made the call. His guys will go for 2. They will run it. It's Fournette. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. So they kept it on the ground, got it into the end zone. But Charles, sometimes you probably see teams treat a two-point conversion differently than if it was first and goal from the 2, or I should say third and goal from the 2.
I agree with you totally on that. A lot of teams treat it as if they have farther to go and shy away from running the football. I think this is a great spot to do it because most teams play you for the pass. Go ahead and run and let your lineman surge and fire out.
And, oh, that's one he's going to want back. A poor kick. It heads straight out of bounds.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Out of the shotgun is Jones. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. Still 9 remaining on second down. Again, it's Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Well, CD, a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because...
And the ball is out. Jones got hit and lost it. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make...
It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. The 4th touchdown pass of the game for Tom Brady. And the Buccaneers continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. Well, something about this team, you just felt like they were one of destiny all season long, and they made themselves today, as you can see, the class of the NFC.
Yeah, and it's starting to look more and more like a Super Bowl trip is very much in their future.
And the fans starting to book those tickets. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside.
Damn, bomb, another. This location, I will not be able to return for this game.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their own 42. And he'll begin the drive with a give to Jones. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
You got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
They'll go again to Jones. And he'll work free from 1 tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and about 7 left. Here's Rodgers. Oh, Had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Here's J.K. Scott now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Bucs are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Going for the deep ball. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his second catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, you know, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their third corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, giving different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
Now Rodgers drops it to Jones in the flat. Touchdown! Aaron Jones from 3 yards out. And the Packers are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the third. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point, because you got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And that'll cut the lead down to 18. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Taken in at the 3. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And a very solid return out across the 45-yard line before going out of bounds.
Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. 1 first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
And here we go again with Tom Brady in Tampa's offense. He has been on his A game. We're in the third quarter. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 20. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
Second down, another shot for Jones. Unable to corral him, he fights through. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. 1 quarter remains for the right to go on to the Super Bowl. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. He's got Tunyon complete over the middle. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. And it's a Packers touchdown. Aaron Jones, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Packers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you'd kept them out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
Crosby connects on the extra point, and that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage.
And he pulls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. 5 touchdown passes now for Tom Brady, and the Bucs are closing in on a Super Bowl berth now as they extend their fourth quarter lead. So that drive there, CD, a good response, and that might be the one that gets them to the finish line, a comfortable lead.
Yeah, and that's all about not letting the team back into a game because they just gave up a touchdown. It was back to a 2-score game, and anything can happen in that situation. Instead, they came through with a really terrific drive right there that ended in 6. So you like to slam the door on teams. In this case, they're trying to lock it as well.
Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. Rodgers on the return. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Aaron Rodgers, we focus on him for our player spotlight. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And their dream of a Super Bowl berth so close 3 quarters ago, but obviously starting to slip away if it hasn't already. They need points here and in a hurry. Working with a 2nd and 4. To throw is Rodgers. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So a PI call going to cost him there defensively. What did you see?
Well, I think it's the right call, partner, because sometimes we'll see officials kind of let them play. But by the letter of the law, that's definitely a penalty.
Rodgers' throw taken in by Adams. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Flushed out right. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Rodgers now on 1st down. He'll drop this underneath for Jones. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Rodgers' throw is taken in by Jones. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Throwing is Rodgers. And it's caught. That's good for a gain of 6. 2nd and goal. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. On 2nd and goal. Rodgers. And that one going to be off target and incomplete. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete passer we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of...
Yeah, he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Robert Tonyan there to make the grab. And the Packers make some inroads here on that deficit.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run, and he finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Crosby with the extra point, and they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. So that drive in total 8 plays. So time definitely not in their favor, down 2 scores, but they'll try the onside kick. And the Bucs are on this one. And that should just about do it. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Now he's going to let it go deep, back over the middle. And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be. Brady going to look to throw. He's going to try and go deep again. And this is caught. In for the Buccaneers touchdown. A great effort there. 39 yards. And the Bucs are closing in on a trip to defend their Super Bowl title as they extend their lead here in this NFC title game. So what can Brady do here is he'll lead his guys up to go for 2. Brady will look to throw for it. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst. And if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
On first down, Rodgers. And he's got his man on the out route. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. And now we're going to get a timeout. Somewhat pointlessly called with 3 seconds to go in a game that's already been decided. Now one final throw here is incomplete, and that is how this one will come to an end. And they get to hoist the Hallis Trophy. Unbelievable victory, moving on to the Super Bowl.
Only hope that these players understand exactly who is behind that trophy. George S. Hallis, one of the creators of this great game of football of ours and creator of the NFL. What an amazing feeling and an amazing accomplishment.
And that will do it for this one. For Charles Davis, myself, and the entire crew, will see you in 2 weeks at the Super Bowl.
Pro Bowl, come on, Super Bowl, guys, chat. Just come. Let's see. God, that's so good. I didn't like it, Brody. 17 mil. 17 mil. Oh my god, Super Bowl, man, finally. Holy heck.
Tonight on EA Sports, Super Bowl 56. We'll see Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens taking on Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
So much has happened since the Super Bowl was last in this part of the U.S. in the early 90s. The Rams and Chargers have both returned to L.A., and they've constructed this incredible new palace for football, SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. And it will be the scene tonight for Super Bowl 56. And what a matchup we have. Tonight, it's all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy, as it'll be the AFC champion Baltimore Ravens taking on the champions from the NFC, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. And Charles, you look at the Ravens, champions of the AFC. Remember, they won Super Bowl 47 back in February of 2013. They've been one of the best teams in the NFL the last decade or so, and now they look to cap off a tremendous season.
And it started pretty quickly for them, because you have to remember, Ravens history starts in 1996 when the Browns moved from Cleveland and became an entirely new franchise known as the Baltimore Ravens. And since then, they've won the Super Bowl twice. Number 47 you mentioned, and also number 35 in Tampa over the Giants. This is a proud franchise looking to add their third Super Bowl trophy.
And meanwhile, the Buccaneers are back in the Super Bowl. Of course, they won it last year behind Tom Brady, but now, Charles, this group looks to get it done without TB12 under center.
But think about the confidence this team gained last year in their run to the title. Remember, they won 3 road games to get there. Yes, they won the Super Bowl in their home stadium, but 3 straight wins on the road in order to make it happen. Give them a ton of credit. They galvanized, and now they're ready to go for it again.
Tampa Bay coming out along with a man who needs no introduction, the great Tom Brady.
Let's face it, we almost feel like we've run out of things to say about Tom Brady in Super Bowls at this point. It's his 11th appearance. He's already got the record with 7 wins, and now he goes for what some think could be his career capper. Back-to-back titles with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. To throw is Brady. But he's going to take a shot right away. And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's second down. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Brady, he's going to let this go deep. Back over the middle. It's caught inside the 25. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. To throw, it's Brady. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Similar to a shooter in basketball, just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Now Brady out to his left. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. A chance for the first points of this Super Bowl. It's 1st and goal. Brady going to throw. Touchdown! With a first touchdown of this Super Bowl, and a long one at that. And the Buccaneers are on the board first here in this Super Bowl. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one. I'm just learning how to spell analytics, and I need to get that down because this is going to be a huge part of the NFL game going forward. I think that was the call there, trying to go for 2 after that touchdown.
Yeah, opening drive, not only do you get the 6, but fully seize momentum with the 8, and unfortunately they couldn't do it.
I think they were trying to gain that huge advantage, not just on the scoreboard, but mentally. I just wonder if that backfires a little when they stop you.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll run for the first time with J.K. Dobbins. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now it's Jackson. And he's got his receiver. That's Sammy Watkins. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive. And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Now Jackson, and that throw behind his man. He missed him, incomplete. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago. Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence. Steps away to his left. And Jackson going to have the first down as he will get to the ground to avoid the contact. We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down. 2nd and 5. Play action. It's Jackson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him. And that will be incomplete. Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion. Tucker's kick is good. And they are on the board, trailing now 6-3. So the field goal that cuts the lead in half as they, too, are able to get some points on their initial drive of the game.
Yeah, all in all, a pretty positive response, right, to the points that were scored against them. And they got a little help from their opponent anyway. Missed the conversion, so now they're just 3 back.
And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They had the touchdown on the opening drive of the ball game. It was countered by just a field goal. So, hey, if your guys can do that for 4 quarters, you're in good shape. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Tom Brady with 2 first quarter touchdown passes. And the Bucs get the quick strike touchdown. Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to it. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
And he'll get into the end zone as the 2-point conversion is successful. And I guess that makes up for the earlier missed 2-point try here to get him to 14.
Yeah, that aggressiveness, it reminds me a lot of when basketball first adopted the 3-point shot. And people were starting to realize that 3 for 2 was really starting to work for them. In this case now, maybe the 2 for 1 is coming into play in the NFL.
On the return, Devin Duvernay. And he's going to be taken down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After one, a 14-3 ball game. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. That's on the guard, Kevin Zeitler, first-round pick back in 2012. From the gun, Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. And Jackson to stop. He's got a first down, and he gives himself up there at the end.
Now, those are the ones that hurt defensively. You do everything right. Excellent pressure, good coverage downfield, and then he slips out the back door and turns it into a nice gain.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. 2nd down and 3. Off the option, here's Edwards. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Jackson looking to throw on 3rd. Open man is the tight end, Nick Boyle. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Throwing is Jackson. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Meanwhile, Jackson's throw taken in by Watkins here. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Jackson will throw again. They set up the screen for Dobbins. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. So mark off the yardage for roughing the passer.
And I've seen this before. On a screen pass, not only are you rushing the passer, you're rushing him deeper than normal. And I think a little frustration kicks in at the end.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Now I did.
Justin Tucker for the extra point. And he's got it. That cuts the lead. It's now 14-10. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it's capped off with a Ravens touchdown. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Throwing on first down is Brady. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. A high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete.
I've got a good friend in football, always talks about predictive history. He's got one of their 2 touchdowns. You can understand why they tried to find him again. Weren't able to connect, but the thought, that was good.
Looking back to the air on second down, it's Brady. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. This Super Bowl, of course, his second consecutive appearance for this head coach, and it is a short list of guys who have gone back-to-back. Vince Lombardi, Don Shula, Chuck Noll, Jimmy Johnson, Mike Shanahan, Bill Belichick.
Absolutely everything. It's a coach's dream. Obviously, winning one, that should be enough. But everyone wants to win multiple Super Bowls. And let's face it, 4 of these guys are already in the Hall of Fame, and I wouldn't be surprised to see all 6 in Canton before too long. Just getting back to the game itself is an accomplishment, but no one wants to get there and lose. They're going to remember what they did well the first time, maybe a few things they want to tweak, and find that extra motivation to try and get their team across the finish line for a second time.
Again, it's Brady. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And the Ravens are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with him trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together and maybe get in field goal range.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
2nd and 10. Here's Jackson again. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Well, so far on this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure, or do they play coverage on this down?
And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the first down. It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on 4th down. On is the punter, Cook, who sends it away. Pulled in at the 24. So these 2 teams will head to the locker room as we hit. So the halftime show of the Super Bowl abbreviated, ready to go for the second half. These 2 teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. Pulls it in at the 13. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they trail here in the Super Bowl, but fortunately for them, Charles, very much still within striking range.
Yeah, things didn't go exactly the way they...
Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Sean Murphy Bunting. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. What a moment for him, a pick 6 in the Super Bowl. You think about some of the big pick 6s over the history of this huge game. I remember, because I was watching with a lot of Colts fans, Tracy Porter picking Peyton Manning to get the Saints' first title.
Yeah, that one pretty much sealed the deal for New Orleans as well. But I got to go back a ways because, you know, unfortunately I'm considerably older. Herb Adderley, the Green Bay Packers, got it all started. The first pick six, Super Bowl II against the Oakland Raiders, and some of the better ones that were out there. You might remember Dwight Smith of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers had 2 in one game when they won their Super Bowl championship against Rich Gannon in Oakland. You mentioned Tracy Porter already. How about James Harrison of the Steelers? You remember that one? 100 yards right before the half ended? That was a big-time play. But for me, the absolute classic, Willie Brown in slow motion against the Vikings for the Raiders. The grand old man, Willie Brown. 75 yards.
You recall him on. What a play here. Another pick six in the Super Bowl. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Back to the air, Jackson following the pick six. Sammy Watkins, he's going to go. The 20, 10, 5, and all the way in for a Ravens touchdown.
17.
Sammy Watkins, 71 yards. And the Ravens draw a bit closer. Tucker with the extra point. And this is back to a 5-point game. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Pretty
stats.
Third quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. And it's nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped them there, but not to be. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Brady. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. And the defense loses it. It's complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Oh, they hate that. Wipes out the big play.
And I know this is the NFL, so they would probably fine you for this type of a penalty. But when I was in college, you used to have to do up-downs for the number of yards that you cost a team in a big play.
And that's nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down. Boy, a call like this, certainly tougher to make in a Super Bowl, but they'll go for it on 4th down. Wide open receiver complete. And in for the Buccaneers touchdown. A great play there with his 3rd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Buccaneers will extend their 3rd quarter lead here in this Super Bowl. That certainly went against the traditional ways of playing football, but who cares? Look at the result. Big touchdown.
They went for it on their own side of the 50. So there's conservative, there's aggressive, and there's really aggressive, which is what we just saw there. Tip of the cap to them. I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation, this time unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
Offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one-play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Now it's Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Here's Sam Cook now as he'll kick it away for the second time. This is brought in at the 21. A terrific return there. 27 yards all told. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go up and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
45 yards rushing for him now to this point. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's first and goal just outside the 5. They'll try and run forward with Fournette. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 5 yards, a good run there, and now second and goal. They'll try to punch it in with Fournette. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Leonard Fournette taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Bucs are feeling good as they extend their lead in this Super Bowl. Just power football there down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible. But all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
And the formula there on the two-point try to go 5 wide. Not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Calling a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 5. Play action. Now Jackson. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. 1 quarter remains here in the Super Bowl. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And this is caught. That's Watkins. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Jackson now. He'll swing this out to Dobbins. And he'll go down at the 28. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Again, Jackson. He'll dump this off complete to Dobbins. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense, because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
They're going for it with Dobbins. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Well, I can certainly tell my age, partner, because when I was a kid, running backs like J.K. Dobbins with over 2,000 yards in their final season in college, they went early in the draft. Instead, he somehow lasted until the 2nd round. How great is it to get a guy with that ability who can run it inside, run to the perimeter, and catch the football in the backfield? To be able to get him in the 2nd round, that's what I call a steal.
On 2nd down, it's Edwards. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down. If they're going to have a shot in this Super Bowl, they're going to need this one on 4th down. Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. And it's going to be batted down. And we'll go the other way with the football. John Harbaugh not afraid to go for it this time. Doesn't work out. And the Buccaneers defense holds, and they get the football back. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. 62 yards rushing for him now. He's only carried the ball 4 times. Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. Now he's going to throw deep back over the middle. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. After the interception, here's Jackson. He'll check this down to Dobbins out of the backfield. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. From the 38, Jackson throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. They're going to hurry back to the line now. To throw again is Jackson. That is incomplete.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
To throw again on 2nd down. Jackson slings it to Andrews, and it's complete. The tight end has it. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Jackson to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
A field goal does you no good, so they're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And that may write a finish to this Super Bowl. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. He's going to look deep down the field. And nearly another interception. Well, it would have been his third of the game, but this time he couldn't hang on. Brady going to throw here. He's going to let it go again. He's got a man complete. He's at the 30. Past the 20. 10. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A big play there with a record 4th Super Bowl touchdown tonight. And the Bucs are closing in on back-to-back Super Bowl championships.
Well, they certainly have the look of a team with something to prove, don't they? All week, as we prepared for this game, we kept reading about how they said they're going to play a full 60 minutes this week. Has nothing to do with their opponent. No disrespect intended, but they wanted to be people of their word, playing this thing all the way out, trying to finish it strong. But I guess when you're hot, you're hot. I mean, I would just go ahead and take the extra point and move on, but apparently they've got something to prove. Almost feels like something was said this week, and they wanted to make sure that they laid it on them in this game.
From just inside the 20, a short kick. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And their Super Bowl hopes are dwindling here in the 4th. That AFC crown from 2 weeks ago starting to seem like a distant memory. And this one just is not gone as they had hoped. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Here's 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Jackson. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes. Up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. To throw is Jackson. And it's a leaping effort, but it's knocked away. Incomplete. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Here's Sam Cook now as he's on to punt for Baltimore. That's pulled in at the 32. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit triple zeros. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short. No good, and this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
And for Jackson, this may be a sack. They get to him defensively, but the flag comes in, and I think the D jumped. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Oh, looking for Andrews downfield. And this one drops incomplete, but I think the defense jumped.
Offside defense.
Of course, the game can't end with a defensive penalty, so they'll get one more crack.
So now you get an untimed play, which should be the last one, unless it happens again and there's another defensive penalty.
Offside defense.
Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
Flag comes in this, and he's going to go down, but a penalty marker too, and they might very well have jumped the snap there. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side...
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Jamel Dean. And the Buccaneers come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers have won the Super Bowl, and they will hoist the Lombardi Trophy to cap an amazing season. And to the Super Bowl champions, they etch their name forever in NFL immortality.
That's pretty phenomenal right there. It actually gave me chills just to hear you say that, because immortality forever and ever. When you look in the record books, you'll see this team, you'll see their picture, that your name will be a part of it. That's got to be an incredible feeling, because it's been a long journey to get there, and now they get a chance to enjoy it.
It,
and they are the Super Bowl champs. The Lombardi Trophy
yeah,
is
the
theirs, and so are bragging rights for an entire season. What a season it has been. Feels like we have been there every step of the way. Our entire crew doing a wonderful job. Thanks to my broadcast partner, Charles Davis. For all those guys, I'm Brandon Gaudin signing off. We'll talk to you next season right here on EA Sports.
There we go. Who's looking trophy? Yeah, your boy Alston. Me, Tom Brady, and all the offense fee. Tom Brady. How many touchdowns? He didn't score anything. To 17. What a game. Iconic, that was. What iconic. No, I'm not injured now. No, I can't be injured anymore. Oh my god. Sorry. So you got Tampa Bay Broncos, 2 times championship now. C, and a Super Bowl MVP winner, Tom Brady. Nearly awards a lot. Good year. I'm not winning even once. Bro, I literally did like all those touchdowns. These time players. Come on, draft, please. Marking draft. Who's retiring this year? All retirements. See, man. How many do I need to do?
On the clock now, it's the Giants, and time is ticking. The Chargers now on the clock. Okay, it's the Lions now on the clock. The Titans on the clock now. Let's see who they have their eye on. On the clock now, it's the Buccaneers. All right, now on the clock, the Giants.
This player's development trait is hidden. Put him in your life.
The 2022 season. Okay, thank you guys for watching May 22 episode 3 of franchise. Hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you next time. I love from the bottom as always. Take care all, and peace out on the stream.